Japan warns US forces, sex crimes cannot be tolerated.
Here's a summary of the article.
Japan said Thursday that cases of sexual assault in the country involving US forces cannot be tolerated, urging Washington to prevent such incidents in the future. Expressing deep pain over revelations of 5 cases of sexual assault by American forces, Foreign Minister Yoko Kamikawa said, "The occurrence of these incidents is such that I feel this cannot be tolerated." Around 50,000 US troops are deployed in Japan under a bilateral security pact, roughly half of them in Okinawa. Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshimasa Hayashi said Wednesday that 5 cases of sexual abuse by US forces were detected last year in Japan, most of them in Okinawa. Kamikawa said the Foreign Ministry will be working with the US side regarding specific measures and will also ask them to be thorough about preventing incidents. Authorities in Okinawa last week complained about the lack of communication with regard to sex crimes by US soldiers. Prosecutors last week also indicted senior US Airman Brennan Washington for the alleged sexual assault and kidnapping of a minor last December.
This post received a score of 29,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
This crap has been going on in Okinawa forever. Happened the first time I was there in 01 and again when I went back in 03. Individuals that have committed crimes are detained by Okinawa authorities and go through their legal process. Guarantee there is going to be a lockdown on liberty for Marine personnel happens all the time. Restriction on the time allowed off base and they are getting a curfew.
When I was stationed in Misawa back in the O, it felt like the base was on lockdown or curfew every couple months. For shit the Marines did in Okinawa. Those dumb fucks could not stop raping kids.
Was it known who was doing it and were they punished by their peers?
Based on Army experience, if it was known, yes. But typically it is only known by the crew that are complicit with it. The shitheads tend to be able to tell who is going to report them whether through official or unofficial channels.
Same when I was in South Korea around 2006. US military personnel who commit crime in Japan should face Japanese punishment for any crimes committed in Japan.
They should, both Japanese courts and courts-martial.
That is generally how it works at home. If you get caught up outside of base and are arrested by local police, you get prosecuted by the local authorities. Whatever the outcome of that, you still get a court-martial when you return to base.
More often I've seen it happen that the case goes to civilian or military authorities, but not both.
I've only ever seen this, and the punishment from the military is for missing work if you don't have leave while in jail. So, they can hammer you if they really want. And I've seen some deserving people get hammered, while some not so deserving got thrown under the bus. It is as fair as your commander is, or make it fair by going to the jug.
Greater than it is as fair as you commander is. Which is why it's good they recently took sexual assault cases out of the hands of local commanders. I've seen a few where they weren't taken seriously at all.
Sadly, I've seen it too.
Why is it so hard to keep your fucking hands to yourself?
People who join the military don't tend to be the most noble of individuals. My drill sergeant once said that the military is a reflection of society. If we did something, no matter where, it would read, US Army soldier does XYXYX. It's even worse when it happens in host countries. Can't get too mad when people protest outside the bases. I remember the nicest Korean lady protesting us outside Camp Casey back in 2015. She always gave me the most lukewarm smile, and I'd even give her water when I'd walk outside base.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to Speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.